Good morning, my loves. Happy Wednesday. It's another glorious day here at the lake. It's about 4:45 in the morning. I know, it's beautiful. Look at that sunrise. It's just amazing. And yes, it's going to be another really hot day. I think it's like 107 today. To be expected from now until what, September, October. Yeah, you get used to it. You adapt. So, a little bit of a darker topic. The last few weeks, I have been talking to a lot of people who have been grieving. And we're talking grieving loss of loved ones, children, spouses, pets, family members, jobs, homes, careers. It's so important for you to acknowledge grief. It's okay to feel whatever you're feeling. There are not 5 phases of grief. No, please. Everybody's different. Grief is case by case. And it's important for you to acknowledge it, to sit with it, to work through it. Shoving it down, pushing it aside, it's not going to make you go away. Maybe they're still gone. You're still going to miss them. It's still there every day. You can't pretend it's not. It's there. So let's talk about it. As most of you know, I lost a daughter 47 years ago. And my parents, God bless them, had the best of intentions. I was married. I lost her due to domestic violence. My then husband beat me up. The placenta separated. Claire was born at 5 months. Way too early in the 70s. She didn't have a chance. And I lost her. My parents swooped in. We got this. I was in the hospital for a few days. Back then, it wasn't in and out. You were in for a few days. I was in the hospital. They said they would take care of everything. You don't worry, we've got this. I got out of the hospital. Instead of going to my home, I went to theirs to heal. My ex left the state. And I went home and I needed to talk about Claire's death. I needed to share what I was feeling and grieving. I needed to cry. I needed to weep. I needed to mourn the loss of my child. I had decorated a room for her. I had bought clothes for her. I had a name for her. I had a life planned for her, and it's gone. That's a lot. You can't sweep it under the rug. And my dad was one of the finest men I will ever know. And Daddy said, just don't think about it. Just don't think about it. Just let it go. Don't think about it, Bryn. He meant well. My mom didn't want to talk about it. She was furious. Not at me, but at the situation. I didn't grieve the loss of my daughter for many, many years. Now, on that same topic, when my dad was little, his biological mom and dad lived in the Ozarks. They were farmers. And this was back, Daddy was born in 1924, a long time ago. His mom got, they called it consumption. It was probably tuberculosis. And she got sick. And when Daddy was 3, she died. And a 3-year-old remembers this. His older sister, Anne, who died a couple of years ago, was there with him. And they were so close. They were always close. And Daddy has told me stories of, when his mom died. Her name was Ollie. And when Ollie died, now this is back in the 20s, so people were a lot different. Grandpa's job was to go find a new wife because he had babies to raise. So he left my dad and his sister with grandparents, like most of us would do, to babysit, while he goes off to find a wife. So for a couple of months, Dad and Ann were with grandparents. Everybody grieves differently. And my dad took the death of his mother. He was 3, very hard. And he would cry and cry and want his mommy. And his sister would hold his hand and cry with him and hold him. And it made my great grandmother, very angry. And she would lock him in a smokehouse. He didn't get to grieve. But that was his punishment for grieving. So Dad learned not to grieve, to shove it down. Don't deal with it, push it away because you're going to be punished. Well, he didn't mean anything bad by telling me, just don't think about it. That was just Daddy. It was easier for him to deal with things by not dealing with things. That's why he had heart problems. That's why he had high blood pressure. That's why he had stroke. That's why he had a heart attack. You can't pretend it's not there. It's there. I have lost both of my parents, lost my daughter, lost a lot of friends, a lot of family. A few years ago, I lost somebody I was engaged to. That so disrupts your entire life, that loss. These people are a part of you, and you lose them. Accept it because they're gone, but grieve the loss. When my dad died, he remarried after Mom passed, and I remember his then wife said, well, you just as well get over it, he ain't coming back. What a horrible way to look at life. No, grieve the loss. If you love them, that's fine. If you're angry with them for dying, that's fine. Write a letter to them and burn it. Sit and scream into a pillow. Go out, take a walk and have a talk with them and tell them, I'm so angry you left me. Have a walk and tell them, I miss you so much. I still talk to my parents. I still talk to people I miss. Absolutely. I tell my daughter good morning and good night for 47 years. Nothing wrong with it. You grieve in your way, in your time. And don't let anybody tell you different. Now, grieving in your way, do not be self-destructive. Do not turn to alcohol, to drugs, to violence, to self-destructive acts, to self-sabotage. Don't punish yourself. Come on, let's be smart. If need be, get into grief counseling. Just Google it. There's thousands of grief counselors. I have referred several clients to therapists just lately because it's hard to grieve the loss if you don't know how. And some people, it's so overwhelming when you lose somebody, you're lost in the grief. When my mom died, my dad was lost in the grief. He did not know what to do. He had never been by himself. He went from his family's home to he and my mom. They were married 51 years, and then suddenly you're alone. We got him into grief counseling. It was the thing to do. So don't be embarrassed or ashamed to say, hey, I need help dealing with this. Go to clergy, your priest, your minister, your rabbi, your imam, a therapist, a counselor, whomever. It's okay to grieve. That includes grieving the loss of pets. For a lot of people, I know a lot of people that don't have kids for many reasons. Their fur babies are their babies, and that's fine. And when you lose a pet, it breaks your heart. I have lost my pets. I lost Emmy and Milo before I came to Arizona. I guess right after I had, due to health reasons, I had cancer, and I had to rehome them because of toxoplasmosis. And they went to best friends, and they were happy, and I got to FaceTime my pets, but they passed. I still grieve that loss. They were my babies. Of course I grieve the loss. I do not have pets now. This is the first time being in Arizona. The first time I have ever not had a pet. I'm not ready. That hole is still there. It's still too raw. I'm not ready to get another cat or a dog. Maybe someday. Not yet. I will when it's time. It's okay to grieve the loss of your pet. It is okay to grieve the loss of a job. Whether you quit, you were fired, you were laid off, the job ended, it's okay to grieve that loss. Grieve the loss of relationships, friendships that just ended. Maybe you think you need closure. Honey, sometimes the closure is the ending. You have to give yourself closure. You're not always going to get a "this is why we ended." It ended because it was probably a one-way street. They didn't love you as much as you loved them. They didn't respect you as much as you respected them. That's your closure. But please grieve the loss of a relationship, a marriage, a friendship, whatever it is. You are worthy of healing. But to heal, honey, you have to face the problem. You have to grieve the loss. There are people to help. I'm here. I'll listen. I do for a lot of folks. But just promise me, pinky swear, that you're going to acknowledge your grief. You're going to sit down and say, I miss you. And lastly, if you lose a family member or a child, support each other through the grieving process. They're grieving too. It's not just your loss, it's their loss too. Support each other, love each other, allow each other the space to grieve. Hold each other, listen to each other, go to therapy together, share memories, but grieve because you're worthy.